Alright, another shout out to my grandparents. Thank you for getting me this one at Christmas. He's very detailed. A lot of it is nice because his picture's small enough you can see most of the detail. But I feel like they actually took more time to put even more detail on his face than even the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Groot, which looks more plasticky. This one looks like they actually spray painted like shading into it to make it really look like wood. It looks a little bit more wooden than the other one did, even though the face looks like it's the same mold. Looks like they took more time to paint
He
the
bubbles
color.
inside the box.
Yep. I like it. He's got leaves on top of his head coming out.
There you go. You can see his sprouts. He needed a trim.
Yep. And he's got black around the eyes. He's very detailed. I like him. He really symbolizes the scene of him and Drax, where he's dancing and Drax looks over and he stops. And they played on that again in Guardians 2.
Yes, I love that they brought continuity. That's always good when something brings continuity into a series.
Yep. But anyways, I really like this one. Like I said, I'm a fan of Groot. This is my second out of 3 that we have. I'll show you the other one in a little bit, because they were all bought within the recent times. But yeah, Groot is one of my favorites. I'm still debating over the Gameverse King Groot, but I'm not as big of a fan of the adult Groot.
Alright, so here's Leela finishing off our Futurama main core 3 trio. Pretty detailed, I mean, what you can do. She does not fit in her box properly. I've tried to fix her a couple of times and now she's just tilted like she's leaning back in her box. But other than that, it's not much to say. Can't get too much detailed with the cell it's in.
No, not really, but it does get the Matt Groening, and you can tell that Matt Groening, he's also the artist of The Simpsons and Futurama, actually drew the outside box picture for them.
His signature's right by her little ray gun.
That's the only one where I know of where an artist from the show has done that. Alright, so this is Inside Out 136 Entertainment Earth exclusive Crystal Red Anger. That's what I've heard is the official calling of it. What it is Crystal Red or Crystal Image one. Interesting thing to note is this figure is actually stored in a separate part of our house because it is so heavy that it squishes down on the stack unless it's on the unless it's on the very bottom of the stack. He's actually heavier than most. We haven't actually pulled him out, but I believe looking at him that he's made out of like a really hard plastic rubber almost.
You can see he's on fire too.
Yep, you can see it's a special edition. It's not matching the outside of the box. It's not the regular version.
As far as I know, this is one of the only different ones from Inside Out, right?
I believe so. I was trying to remember if they had any others that were from it.
I think there's a Chase of Joy that's like glitter or something.
But yeah.
As far as we know, this is the only.
We had to get this because he's basically I feel like he's how I feel sometimes. And so when we saw him, he was the special edition. The box is beat up because at FYE, he was literally the only one. So we did that. But he's the only Pop vinyl a Funko Pop that we actually keep by my bed instead of in the front living room. Okay, if you are a fan of Funko, or if you know anything about DC and Marvel, this should instantly put up red flags, and that is because you're absolutely correct. I am one of those weird people that when I ran into a store in Little Tokyo, Los Angeles, California, that I knew had fakes in it, I wanted to buy one as a Funko collector. So don't think I got taken on this one. Actually, $6 is not that bad of a price for it. I did not get taken on this one, but I am fully aware that it is a fake, and I'll tell you why it is a fake to start right out with. The one, you can tell the design of the. One, you can exactly. That's no good. One, you can tell the design of the box is pretty poorly done, and then you can also tell that they have mixed the Marvel and the DC logos
Well, you have Batman versus Superman, Marvel,
And Batman
on
is
the
not
top
Marvel.
here.
On the top, you have Superman, a very poorly done Superman, a Spider-Man, Captain America, and a Batman. You would never have those three on the same box together. They would never be in a suit in a thing together. On Funko, also, it would not say superheroes at the bottom. It would give a name of the character. Now,
Yep.
the store would tell you that this is a Superman, but again, the Superman does not match the pulled off shot of Batman and Superman from the B versus S movie, and or any of the ones on the back that they pulled off, which...
Yeah, I don't even know what's going on with Captain America there. He reminds me of the toys you find at the Mexican toy stores where you can go, oh, that's Goku's arm. Oh, those are...
Now, none of these actually existed at the store. None of these existed except for this one. The others that existed at the store were mostly wrestlers. Wrestlers are a big one that get forged for some reason, not sure why.
It is ironic to point out that it does have two pictures of actual Pops, because I believe that is the Superman and...
That is the Ben Affleck Batman that we have, and the Superman from that set.
Yep. So that is quite funny. And the cape is actually fabric.
Yep, unlike the others that would be plastic. Not saying it's not decently made for a forgery, but of course it's a forgery. Alright, so this is another version of Sora. No, you are not seeing double. We showed you the regular version earlier. This is the
Red suit.
red suit. It's either, it might be Valor.
I believe it is Valor.
Anyways, Toys R Us released this special edition one where they put him in the Valor outfit from Kingdom Hearts 2. We'll just say it's Valor. If it's wrong, correct us at the bottom. Because I know he had a Valor, he had a final form, which I think was more yellow, and then he had a few others, but and then more of a magic one too, I think.
One was blue, one was red, one was black, and one was yellow. That's
Yep.
all I know.
Anyways, he's got also got one of the nicer Keyblades too. Actually, that almost looks like a version of Kyrie's Keyblade. But that's probably the Dreamweaver or the Oathkeeper, probably Dreamweaver or one of those. Or that's the Colosseum one. It's hard for me to tell. That looks like one that Kyrie gave him with the fruit at the bottom.
Yeah.
So anyways, this is one that we bought just to kind of finish off the Kingdom Hearts set of the people that we wanted. Because when I saw it at Toys R Us, may it rest in peace, I had to get it. So anyways, this is pretty cool. Alright, so we're going to actually take turns talking about this one a little bit. This was one that DigiFoxCat spotted when Valentine's Day. It's a Valentine's Day Pop dual pack. And we spotted it in the ads for Toys R Us, the ads for Funko, somewhere around October or November. And figured it would come out around February. And lo and behold, we were in Toys R Us in January, and there it was sitting on the shelf. I had figured it would be a gift to her on Valentine's Day, and she figured it would be a gift to me, so we both buy it for each other.
Yep.
We'd buy one because we wanted it. We actually do not like, I'll let DigiFoxCat talk more about this, but I'll just say it real quick. We actually do not like the regular design of Mickey and Minnie, and she can explain the cosmetics of that a little bit more. But when we saw this, we really liked how it was done, just the shapes of faces, the body proportions, stuff. And then the pose was just the really cute kind of love pose you see between Mickey and Minnie. And just everything about it just seemed probably like their best made Mickey and Minnie Pop that's not like Kingdom Hearts or something.
Yeah. The two main big things with the original ones is the hands, I feel, are way too big for them. They feel like they have ridiculously sized hands on the Pops for Mickey and Minnie. And they went more for that weird retro look where it's white but has the red shorts and so he's slightly colored but not completely colored. I just find that a little weird. I know it was one of his main things, but even our young nieces look at it and go, that's not Mickey. So
Yeah.
I do like the poses on this one. You even have Minnie's tail back there. It's hard to see, but you got the tails back there, the pose. I find this kind of cute that the actual Pop even has on his Valentine. Mickey holding, it says Mickey and Minnie. It's very nice, and Minnie's got quite a look.
And the label on it may make it more valuable. Not only is it seasonal, but Toys R Us is now going under. This is really the first company that we've had as pop collectors that has gone under that we know of after selling a bunch of pops.
Yep.
So it'll be curious to know how that impacts the Funko Pop market.
Alright, so we've got a threesome here of Teen Titans Go Pops. The 580 collection. We've got Robin as Nightwing, Starfire as Batgirl, and Robin as Red X. I find these characters kind of funny that they brought Robin in the Teen Titans Go comics, and Red X was brought in the original series, and Starfire was from a very funny episode, one of the few, where Robin is Batcave sitting.
Yep. And you really see that attraction to Batgirl when Starfire puts on the suit and Robin's eyes go, huh?
Yep. So, here's a close-up of Nightwing. Do you want to talk about him?
Yep, so Nightwing is done similar style to the Teen Titans TV show, but they threw in a parody to the animated series by giving him the mullet. We're pretty sure that's a parody to that, the way the hair sticks up and everything, but it's the outfit that he had on the Teen Titans series when they went into the future.
Which he had long hair, but it wasn't exactly a mullet. It was longer.
So we have everyone in the set except Mammoth.
And the Hot Topic exclusive Robin with the baby.
Yeah, which is the exact same thing, but they just literally put a baby on his belt.
So here's a close-up on Starfire and everything. I'm glad that they kept the green eyes for Starfire on this one. You got detail way up there. You got the Batgirl symbol even painted on. And back's the same. There's the side view. And
as a fan of Jason Todd, who is some people's theory on who Red X might be, I really like this pop, but even if it's not Jason Todd and is just some random person, or is literally just Robin, as the package says, again, this is just a really cool design, just because it reminds me of the Red Hood outfit. And I wonder even if they weren't doing Jason Todd, if they were paying homage to that, and to kind of Renegades also, Nightwing's Renegade time too.
For those who don't know, in the original Teen Titans, Robin became Red X to thwart Deathstroke, aka Slade, plan, didn't tell the team, and then later the suit was stolen by someone, and fans theorized that it was Jason Todd. Even Beast Boy poked fun at this in Teen Titans Go at one point.
Yep, and Red X may be a reference to when Robin as Nightwing in seeking redemption during his Bloodhaven years became the vigilante known as Renegade and was kind of working with Deathstroke and being kind of a villain for a while, sort of. He was more like an anti-hero, if you really, but I think it's kind of their take on that. But he's even holding the red X's in his hand that he was throwing that expand on contact. So it's really cool design, even if you don't like Teen Titans Go.
And now we've got some more Disney ones. This is by far one of my favorite Disney movies. This is part of the Emperor New Groove set. This is Kronk and Yzma. Pretty decent detail on these. I mean, Kronk has a big head in the series, so it's kind of funny that he has a big head on the pub too. And then nice details, like Yzma's even holding the vial. Don't know if it's Kuzco's poison vial or the human vial or the one that she takes at the end of the movie. Spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen it.
My guess is it's the human one because she's holding it kind of like, you mean this one? Which is what she says with the human one. But yeah, all her vials look the same as Kronk points out.
Yep. Alright, so here's the rest of the Emperor's New Groove set. As you can tell, we've got Pacha, Llama Cusco, and Cusco. The Llama Cusco is a Hot Topic exclusive, and if nothing else, I had to get him because he's the pitiful.
Pitiful?
Yeah.
Or main, are you trying to say?
The main. It's been a long week.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah, he was in the llama form for most of the movie.
Yeah.
My favorite scene, though, is when at the end and he just goes, "Yay, I'm a llama again."
So, I think Llama Cusco is probably my favorite, but I feel like you had to get the whole set to kind of do it.
Yeah.
Because they all play a good role in it. And it's interesting to kind of note that Kronk bears a strong resemblance to Patrick Warburton, who did his voice, and Pacha to John Goodman, who did his voice. They kind of almost drew them into the cartooning a little bit,
Yeah.
which I thought was funny. But yeah, I really like the llama. Llama's my favorite. Alright, so an interesting story with this one. We, a while back, got the whole DuckTales set, the first launch of the DuckTales set, including the GameStop exclusive Magica. And then I spotted this one, but it was a summer convention, or a fall convention exclusive. They do have summer convention exclusives too. And I kept my eyes open online for it, couldn't find it. And then one day I happened to be on Hot Topics website, and it went live, and I happened to hit buy real quick, and I purchased it, and 12 hours later I got the dreaded email of, "I'm sorry, this is not in stock." So, I'm not 100% sure. A lot of people thought, because I was hearing other people get the same thing, that it was a Hot Topic glitch in their system, and that he was never actually live. Either way, right after that, kind of in frustration, I went to eBay and I literally found him for like $1 or $2 more. The only catch was the guy was saying my box is beat up, but when you put him into our pyramid, it's not all that bad. You can see some of the damage on the top, you can see the damage on the side. It just looks like the person didn't care for the box as much as they should have, or water damage, or any number of things. But it's still in good enough condition to display. So it's like at that point, with how hard to find this one is, I wasn't going to complain at that. But yeah, he's a special edition, hard to find, secondary version of Scrooge in the money.
Okay, for a second there, just the way lightning is, his tongue looked the white, but it is actually pink. I mean, yeah, his tongue. Yeah, I had it correct. And now here's old Batman.
Yes. Like I said, this to me was kind of a cool find, but I will admit that it is kind of creepy in its faithfulness to the cartoon. They have literally molded in wrinkles into the cowl
And
into the suit to symbolize Frank Miller's sketchiness of his drawing. But I think it's funny. We have the Carrie Kelly Robin that is also a PX Previews exclusive, so of course when I saw this for a reasonable price I had to get the Batman. We're still debating over whether we'll end up with that Superman, because I don't know. I feel like a angry Superman's kind of funny, but that's just me. I like it. But yeah, so he's a PX exclusive. Very well detailed. They've even used kind of muted colors to kind of show almost the watercolor sketch look of his drawing. Yeah, for those of you who know his drawing style, he does a lot of sketch work, a lot of wrinkles into Batman, a lot of line work on the face, and then very light, subdued colors.
Yep.
So I thought this really captured that.
Here's the set. I do like the details on the box here, where you've got the classic pose that everybody knows, that even the comics of Darkwing Duck mimicked.
Yeah.
On the box, so that's a nice detail. You can see they're getting...
So for most of us, this was our introduction into opera. Was this cartoon with the song "Kill the Rabbit, Kill the Rabbit." So these are really nice. They put these out as part of the Looney Tunes basic set. You had Taj, you had Sylvester, Daffy, Bugs Bunny, and then Bugs Bunny opera version.
Sylvester and Tweety. Did we say that? We said that.
Yep. So I thought this one was really cool designed. We also want to get the Dorbs version of this. But this was the two that I wanted from this set, was Bugs and Elmer.
Okay, so this is the Fraggle Rock 35 years set that they have. We've got... This really wasn't like our show watching it. I mean, they were still showing some reruns and maybe a few new episodes. But my older sisters watched it, so I watched a lot of reruns with them. And so Sprocket was the dog character of the show, of the human world. The Fraggles lived underneath the house that Sprocket lived in. And it was cool. Didn't even know that there was a Toys R Us exclusive or any exclusives for the set. When we got news, they just showed their main crew of the Fraggles. Gobo is kind of the leader of everything. He has to go in and get messages from his traveling uncle who's traveling.
Traveling Matt.
Yes. They do make a pop of him. He's Funko store exclusive. Debated over getting him, not sure. Like I said, these three would be my main favorite characters. Red is one of the girl Fragglers. Each one of the Fraggles comes with a dozer, which are like these green construction bugs. It's an interesting show. This would be basically go on the side of Sesame Street, but this would be for the older kids. Here's the set here. You can see on the back who's got the main five that usually have the grand adventures. So overall, a really cool set. I think the Muppets, all of the Muppets, Fraggle Rock Muppets, and Sesame Street Muppets lend themselves well, just like the Dr. Seuss characters do.
Yeah.
Alright, so we got another Teen Titans Go Toys R Us exclusive. This is Jinx, one of the High Five characters, bad guy. In the original series, she becomes a good guy and has a relationship crush thing with Kid Flash, which is kind of cute and everything. I really like her design. She's kind of like the bad Raven counterpart. So I think that's why I like her. She's got pink hair like most of my characters that I've created. And overall, just a good pop to have as characters. As you can tell on the box here, it's got her with the original Teen Titans Go set versus the Terra box, which has her listed with Terra and Blackfire. So that's interesting to note. Overall, not much. I mean, she's fairly basic design character. Got a goth look going on.
Yep. But a good homage to the character.
Alright, so another Teen Titans Go Pop. This is another one of the villains. She is actually not really a Teen Titans per se of the set of the team that they have in the show villain. She is more of a villain of Jeff Jones' run, which would be the Young Justice comic book crew grown up into teenagers. That would be Toon Drake Robin, Impulse, Superboy, and why am I not coming up with Wonder Girl? The blonde Wonder Girl, Cassie. See, she is, if you couldn't tell by the last name, if you know anything of comics, she is Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke's daughter. And she goes by the name of Ravager in the comics, and she does stab out her eye to prove herself to her father for some odd reason. And then she ends up joining the Teen Titans later on. So, a Toys R Us exclusive again, and she goes with this set. And ironically, her number is in between Starfire and Red X. But she is not actually on the regular boxes.
Okay, so growing up, one of my favorite Batman villains was Two-Face, aka Harvey Dent. For those of you who know the 50s comics, he briefly was also a man by the name of Harvey Kent. It's a very odd story, but he was the second Two-Face when Harvey Dent briefly was restored. Now, the reason I point that out is because Two-Face, the first wave of Two-Face, number 13, which is ironic because of what that has to do with superstition. Two-Face was released as part of the second wave of the DC Universe, along with such as, like, I believe Green Lantern and a few of those other ones. But he was, and Flash and a few of the extended DC Universe after Batman, Batgirl, or after Batman, Batgirl, Superman, and a few of the first initial ones. He was released as the part of the second wave, and then he was promptly retired or vaulted, and his value shot up pretty high, where he was going for $500-600 online, $230, things like that online. And we didn't want to pay over about $100 for him, so after about 6 months of searching, maybe a little bit longer, but we had been focusing our search on Riddler before that, who we showed off in a previous video.
Yep.
We managed to find him, and for $100. The person said out of box, but they had built this custom box for him, which you really can't, other than a little bit of the coloring, tell the difference between it and the original box. For the sake of display, it's as good as one of the original ones would be. But it appears like he did what we did with Riddler's box and put together pieces of a box, but it's hard to tell because we have not pulled this out of the display at all since we got it. Now, I will just design-wise point this out. I'm not really sure what they pulled from for Two-Face. The orange and blue outfit is more reminiscent of his 50s outfit, which was orange and green, sometimes blue. But then during that time he had a kind of, I want to say, green face. He had a very green face and like greenish hair during that time period. So they did the purple hair, the purple face, and the white hair like the 90s did. So I'm not really sure where they pulled this Two-Face from because its design is not cohesive to any one particular Two-Face. But it does work. It works okay, and it's pretty cool looking for Two-Face. And again, it's one of those that I was really happy to get my hands on. We don't really care if we get Penguin, but we wanted Two-Face and we wanted Riddler from the first batch. And we regretted not buying them when they were cheap because we just didn't realize what Funkos would become.
Yeah. And just to note, this is probably the only one that I know that has a pupil in one of the eyes. There may be one obscure one, like somewhere in the games or something, because we focus mainly on the comics and some few other geeky stuff. A little Disney.
It's true. So, yeah.
So let us know if you know of another one that's got a pupil.
Yeah.
I like a martini, shaken, not stirred. And here is Bond, James Bond. This is James Bond.
Funko Pop.
Yes. This is James Bond from Goldfinger. As you know, this is Sean Connery. The other one they have out is Roger Moore from The Spy Who Loved Me. Is that the one?
Is he the one with the mole?
Yeah, he's the one with the mole. So we are sort of on the lookout for the Toys R Us exclusive still. That's the black suit, but this one's a very nice one because this opens the movie up. But if my memory serves me correctly, not only that, but Indiana Jones has spoofed this suit and scene from the Goldfinger opening in Temple of Doom, where he has a white suit on with a red rose and gets into a big fight, bar fight.
Yep.
You see nice detail. The one thing that I did love when we first saw these, because I didn't know they were coming out, was said they need to have James Bond as Aston Martin, and they do actually make that ride.
Yep, we just haven't convinced ourselves to buy it yet.
Yeah, the rides are uber expensive, even regular.
And kind of hard to store right now.
Yeah. So, yeah, it is James Bond from The Spy Who Loved Me. So they have Goldfinger and The Spy Who Loved Me right now, plus 1% from You Only Live Twice.
Yep.
Field. So it'd be nice to see all of these. I would love to have probably Daniel Craig, James Bond too, since those two would probably be my favorite. Would be Sean Connery and Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
One day in the land of Pops in Toronto, Canada, there was this guy. So then here's the Scott Pilgrim versus the World set, which is uber hard to find. But we found it. Here is the main set of Scott Pilgrim, Ramona Flowers with pink hair and knives, Chow. So, very acclaimed graphic novel / movie. So, Scott Pilgrim in this one is from when he's trying to find Ramona. So he's got this little scribble of her in a crushed cup. As you can see, here's the set. So these are all in protective cases. Very nice to have. Very nice detail on all of these. And we also have, along with the set, Nega Scott.
Yep, he was kind of an he was cool when we saw that he was added to the set of 4 on eBay. This was all one eBay listing.
Yep.
Because he's not part of that same set, but he is a big part of the movie, and he's harder to find. He's a rare edition.
Yep. So he's a summer convention exclusive. I believe there is a version of this that's Comic-Con exclusive, and I think that one glows in the dark or is chrome. Do you remember which one it is?
Probably would be glow, I think, but I'm not sure.
I'm going to say it's the glowing one, because I think it's got more of a slight greenish hue. So here's Nega Scott, and as you can see on the Nega Scott's box, they add more of the characters that are available with the set.
Yep.
This is probably one of my favorite movies. I watch it a lot when I'm doing my art and whatnot. You may have heard it on 1 or 2 of my videos. So there's this part of the Scott Pilgrim set that we have.
Okay, so, just clear up any confusion, because Venompool is a character in the main continuity. This one is not the main continuity. The Venompool that we have in the regular continuity, I don't know that he actually goes by the name Venompool, but we do know from the more modern Marvel comics that Deadpool did have the symbiote apparently right before Spider-Man. It's one of those side things that Deadpool fans found out. But in general, when they showed that symbiote in the comics on Deadpool, it's the black and white version like you see on the Loot Crate exclusive Venompool.
Yeah.
This is the Contest of Champions Gameverse, from what I was told, GameStop exclusive series. Even though it doesn't actually say GameStop on it, it's apparently an exclusive series for them of Venompool. And what this is an alternate universe where Spider-Man never really got the symbiote, and Venom Venom and Deadpool just bonded. So you basically just have the Venom symbiote bonded with Deadpool. So you can kind of see he's built a suit over the symbiote.
He has a black tongue.
Yeah, he's got a black tongue.
He should have that checked out.
Yep. He's got kind of a claw's hand. Looked like he built a suit kind of over his symbiote. But yeah, this is the only one we really like from this set is this one, I think. So I've debated over Civil Warrior and King Groot, but this is the one I just had to have when I saw it. Because I like Venom and I like Deadpool. So. And a lot of detail, too, in the mouth and stuff. And even on the chest, there's staples and stuff where he's put the suit together.
Okay, so these two are probably our last Teen Titans Go pops that we have currently. This is Starfire and Robin from The Night Begins to Shine set, and apparently it's connected with the movie.
And also a previous music video they did this too, but these pops are the movie versions.
I really like these two designs because it's very reminiscent of that 80 glam rock, punk rock scene that you had. I see this being like, Zed Love. Leopard. I can't think of anything right now. Yeah, just that 80s look. Robin, get a big fat mask, and a lot of detailed designs on them. Interesting designs for all of them. And Starfire really looks like she went in and got her outfit at Hot Topic.
No, just for clarification, we're not a fan of the Teen Titans Go movie. We just like the Titans in the glam rock look.
Yeah.
We just thought that was kind of cool.
That's a better view of what they look like.
We did not care for Raven or Cyborg or Beast Boy's looks.
Yeah.
In the series. We bought the only two that we wanted. We have had access to the whole series. Alright, Infinity War spoilers, so avert your eyes now if you're not wanting to see any designs from the Infinity War movie.
Or skip ahead.
Or skip ahead a little bit. Here we have the Infinity War designs for Captain America, Groot, and Iron Spider. For clarification, most fans are considering Captain America to be Nomad in this movie because it does appear to be his Nomad look, only modernized, mixed with his Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Look a little bit in the thing. So it's very odd that they're still calling him Captain America because a lot of people were hoping he'd actually get the name Nomad. We bought these at different locations. Obviously, the Groot we got at Toys R Us. It's just kind of, and literally this is one of their newest sets they put out right before they announced liquidation. So it's kind of...
Yeah, the Care Bear set has just barely come out, and I don't think the flopped version of Grumpy is going to have the Toys R Us sticker on it because I think that's one of the first ones that they sent off to the Funko store now instead of Toys R Us.
Yep. So I really like the Captain America and the Groot, and I know DigiFoxCat really wanted Iron Spider.
Yeah.
When we went to go pick him up, but
it's not the Spider-Man I would like to see since the new trailer that just recently come out. But you're not gonna get that one.
No Miles quite yet in the movies. Is that what you mean?
No, the one from the trailer where he's Peter Parker and he's just got the Spider-Man.
Yes. We need Funko Pop. If anybody's listening, you need to release the one where he is wearing the Spider-Man mask on the side of the bus and has his jacket and regular clothing on from the neck down. It would be funny to see that one. Anyways, I really like the designs here. They really went the extra mile. Captain America has the hair detail into his beard. It's not just painted on, but it's actually detailed. And it seems to be the right shape.
It's funny to note that Groot looks like he's actually playing on a Game Boy way back when, which kind of pokes the whole fun of Star-Lord being out of touch with time since he's been in space since the 80s.
Yep. And Groot has a very angry face, even on the pop, so we thought that was kind of hilarious.
He very emulates a teenager.
Yep. So I had to get that as my most recent Groot.
And then Iron Spider is metallic, regularly.
Yeah. Alright, so this is one that we watched my friend buy, too. And we had it before. It's another one that we really think is really cool for the Kingdom Hearts line. It is Box Lunch exclusive version of 334's Organization 13 Mickey. The regular version, which we have yet to see anywhere. I'm not sure if it's an exclusive, too. Does not have the hood on.
And if you can see on the back of the box here.
And ours does. I don't know. I think the hood's kind of a cool detail, but I still wouldn't mind having both.
Yep.
So, but I think that's just a really cool detail that he's fully in the hood. I always thought that part of the game was kind of cute and funny. Just how he was, but how epic he was. I mean, when I first saw Mickey in Kingdom Hearts taking down a Heartless and everything, it was like really epic for me.
There's the Keyblade in there.
Yep, he's got the Kingdom Key version that he has on, too.
Lots of detail on these. All of the random zippers that go nowhere.
Yep. We're gonna assume they're pockets for something, but yeah, don't know.
I think if you unzipped Donald's hat, it would just fall apart.
I think so too.
Alright, to go along with our DC crew of everything, we got Green Arrow from Arrow, the show. This goes along with the Black Canary that we found at Target quite a while ago.
Yeah, quite a while ago.
I would say years ago, but it's not quite been that long since we've had her. We wanted to get, well, Green Arrow is my favorite character, so I had to get him, and this is when he is actually Green Arrow, not the Arrow or the Vigilante.
Yep, which we wouldn't mind getting those ones too, but this is the main one we wanted.
And it's got lovely scruff, got some detail on him. Here's the back of the box. So, as you can tell, this is the one that goes with the Black Canary.